Hi, today I'm going to talk about lubricating your bike's chain. So I'm gonna read this. It says Gado's High Performance Multipurpose Extreme Pressure Grease. Okay, here it says it's 299 pesos, so it's actually cheap. This is the best thing you can use to lubricate your chain. If you wanna look at it, the inside, there it is. And I don't want to use my fingers, so I'm gonna use this toothbrush. Just get some grease and smudge it in your chain. Okay? Okay, there you go. Yuck. Okay, anyway. Okay, now let's go to the bike. The bike wherein you're going to lubricate the chain. There you go. So this is how I apply the lube. Just get some lube, some grease, and apply it on the bike. There you go. Now, why do you need to grease the chain? Actually, let's start with how often do you need to grease the chain? Every 500 to 1,000 kilometers, you have to grease the chain of your bike. Now, I'll have to move it. So, there. The reason why you need to grease the chain is to prevent it from rusting. But actually, this chain already has lubricant inside. The chain has its own internal lubricant. So you do not have to try to grease the inside of the chain, only the outside. And the main purpose is so it will not rust. What will happen if your chain rusts up? Well, simply it's going to break, and when it breaks, you're going to crash. It's as simple as that. Not rocket science. You might even get into a really bad accident when your chain breaks and your wheels lock and you crash. Okay, I noticed a rusted up portion on the chain. If you can see, that's a badly rusted up part of the chain. In a case like that, you should treat it first before lubing it with grease. So this is what you use. Simple, cheap WD-40. Okay, blast the rust. Simple, just blast the rust. Get the other side. Okay, from here I can see it. There, see that? Okay, just blast it. Don't worry if the WD-40 will get to the other parts of the bike. It's not gonna hurt it. In fact, it's better. Check the bike. See if there are other rust. Okay, I don't see any other rust. I've actually treated this bike before, so you shouldn't see any more rust except for the chain. It's the first time I'm lubing this chain since we just bought this bike. Okay, there you go. Now you have to let it sit. Usually let it sit for 24 hours, and we'll get back to it. I didn't want to wait for the next day because my wife and I wants to ride around, so I decided to just wait for a couple of hours instead of an entire day. Okay, let's check. Oh, better. See? No more rust. Okay, we can continue with the lubing. Now, the best way to stay safe from crashing from a broken chain is not just by lubing but also by changing your chain. A chain has to be changed every 30,000 kilometers. Whether or not it shows any sign of breaking, you have to change the chain. And sometimes it will, if you use the bike for very extreme conditions, like you're always high revving, you're always adding heavy pressure in the chain, you must change it before 30,000 kilometers. It's important to put lube on the opposite side of the chain, and this is where you do that. Don't forget, there are two sides of the chain and it's not going to lubricate itself, so you have no choice but to do this to ensure your future safety. Okay, this is the last link that needs to be lubed. After this, we can start riding again.